It's going. We're recording the podcast
welcome.
now.
Welcome.
This is how we start now. There's no music.
Welcome to
it's just this.
The Trash Man and the Dick Bucket Show.
Hey, welcome to Trash Man and Dick Bucket. I'm Fred Trashman.
I'm the Dick Bucket.
Okay.
Toilet flush sound. Toilet flush sound. Air horn.
Cough. All right. Well, let's get into it.
Welcome,
This is us.
family and friends. What are we doing? Where's the intro music?
Are we going to do that?
Ow, farts.
All right. Ready? Here we
I
go.
ripped my ears off.
You dicked your ears off. What'd you say?
That's fine. That's good.
Start. Go.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons. Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side.
Welcome to Hokey Religion, the Star Wars podcast. This episode, we're going to talk about Star Wars books and Star Wars and then other Star Wars things. This is Tyler.
This is Michael.
Welcome to episode 86.
Hello. Lots to talk about today.
Sure.
Let's get right into it.
Uh-huh. Why not?
What are you doing? What are you up to lately?
No, nothing. It's never.
You got a new TV.
I got a sick ass OLED TV. I recommend them to everyone who has
Lots of money.
money to spend on a TV for no reason.
It does look
Present to
beautiful.
myself, and it's beautiful. And it was worth it just to watch The Last Jedi and to watch the holdo maneuver.
The holdover.
The hold
Hop over maneuver.
The hold on maneuver.
I watched the hard-on maneuver.
Oh.
The large hard-on collider.
That's the after show.
What was the first thing you watched on the TV? Was it the Last Jedi scene or was it something else?
No, it was Planet Earth 2.
Oh, okay.
I watched Ibex jumping around a mountain. It was fantastic.
You watch who?
Ibex,
Who's that?
the animal.
Oh. The Muppet?
Sure. Yeah. The Muppet Ibex.
Okay. How was he? Was he good?
Jumping, running from foxes.
Could you make out his dick and balls?
Yep. You can finally see them in 4K.
Well, good for you.
But yeah, Star Wars is beautiful in 4K, and I recommend it to everyone.
We started it when I first came over here, and I didn't want to turn it off.
Yeah, every time I turn on, I haven't watched The Last Jedi in a long time, but every time I turn it on, because I keep just like, oh, I want to watch that scene, but I haven't like just sat down and watched the movie since I got the TV. But every time
You'll just pick out scenes to watch?
yeah, I'm like, oh, that scene, I remember that scene, I want to go watch that, so I'll find the scene and watch it. But then I just like keep watching because I forget how absolutely good that movie is.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie, guys.
It's fun.
It's real good
It's special.
to me. All right, well, so Disney put out a picture of the completed Millennium Falcon at Galaxy's Edge Park.
Uh-huh.
And holy shit, does that thing look amazing.
It does.
A full-scale, actual live Millennium Falcon that's probably has nothing inside of it.
So the Falcon itself looks amazing. But then,
Right.
I mean, look around it.
Yeah, just like
The
the
scenery
spaceport
and-
basically
yeah.
around it.
The hangar that it's in
Yeah.
and the little shuttle that's over to the left of the picture.
Parked up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything looks incredible.
And it looks like it's just like out in the middle of the general public area where you can just like walk under the Falcon and
Yeah, it seems like it.
touch it, rub up on it.
I do. I mean, I can't wait to be able to walk under it like that and just
Rub your hand,
yeah.
hold up your hand and rub your hand under it while you're sobbing. And all these families are staring at you. This 30-something that's crying to themselves while they're touching a fake spaceship. Yep, that'll be us.
You know what really ruins it is seeing it before it was finished and seeing like the wooden frame.
Yeah, it's just pipes and
It's just an old ship.
beams. Yeah.
It's an old pirate ship.
But that means there's space inside there, so if you can find a way in, you can live there, Michael.
That's true. It'd be like living inside an attic. Just wooden beams
Basically,
everywhere.
Just a really hot
Yeah.
hot Florida attic. You'll die almost instantly.
They had some close-up pictures of it recently too, and just the detail, all the little pieces, parts, and
Yeah.
everything all over it. It looks incredible.
Yeah, and it has the Force Awakens
The radar dish.
radar dish.
Yeah.
Because this Galaxy's Edge is before The Last Jedi.
Right.
So the radar looks really cool.
So in this world, are Han and Chewie here? Like or is
I
this?
think it takes place after Force Awakens.
Oh,
So Han,
just Chewie.
Just Chewie. Just a sad Chewie. You can meet and greet Chewie and cry together.
That's the experience in this park. Is just a depressed,
Sad Chewie. Yep.
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, it'll be. Just don't cosplay as Han. It's gonna cause a whole thing. Be real bad.
Oh,
That's how he sounds. The classic Chewie noise.
oh.
It's like a sample from Tool Time from Home Improvement. All right. That's the show.
So there's that. See you later.
No, Michael, but wait. Speaking of the Millennium Falcon,
There's more.
the website called Inquisitor.com that I'd never heard of until now. So, had some details.
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor without the vowel before the R.
Without the spelling.
Without the spelling.
There's no letters.
Sure. They had details on the on some of the rides for Galaxy's Edge. That being Smugglers Run for the Falcon, saying that of course we're going to be able to step into the cockpit of the Falcon and take over the controls. It is expected that there will be somewhere around 7 or 8 people or 7 or 8, I guess, people, I assume, in each pod for each ride, or is that 7 to 8 cockpits per pod?
No, why would a pod have? No, hold on.
How many cockpits will it have? Reading that again,
Guest braving, yeah.
somewhere around 7 or 8 in
It's
each
talking
pod
about
for
guests.
each ride on the attraction.
It's talking about guests. Guests
guess.
per pod.
So they were saying with wait times at the new Toy Story Land that opened up at Hollywood Studios, with rides hitting more than 300 minutes, people have been concerned about the wait times being double that or even worse. But they're saying that Smugglers Run will be able to handle around 1,800 guests per hour,
Which is pretty good.
That's
We were trying to do some math, basic math based on the Slinky Dog Dash ride before we started recording, and it's around, from what we could figure, if you're operating 2 trains, and it said like 18 people per train, something like that, and
right.
however many trains they could get through in an hour, it was about 1,000, a little over 1,000 people an hour.
So almost double what
Yeah.
Slinky can do, and that being at 300 minutes at opening. So hopefully,
And Slinky,
And it's gonna be
averages
bad.
around 2-hour wait now.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad no matter what. I mean,
Oh, sure. Opening day will be terrible.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to make it opening day? I wonder. I don't know.
I wonder
don't
if
know
I
we'll-
want to. Like, I wonder. I don't know if I want to. As much as I want to see it on opening day, I don't want to
Well,
experience the crowd.
we've talked about this.
Of randos on opening day either.
Yeah, we've talked about this. The best time, I think, to go would be at the lowest time where it's just empty, just completely empty.
Midweek, middle of the day,
At
during
night.
during the school year.
At night, I would think too, would be kind of interesting.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it will look great at night, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
But just like where
being
you
that
can-
we live here, we have the opportunity to just like go in the middle of the day while kids are at school and
well, speak for yourself.
take off work. Just leave work, quit your job, and go to Galaxy's Edge for the day, and then come back the next day and said, I
And
unquit.
realize that. Say that you unquit. Okay.
I unquit, no takebacks. And then you continue working, and everything's fine. No one can question any of it. But in addition to the 1,800 guests per hour, apparently in each of the pods, guests will not have just a couple buttons here and there for them to work, which is kind of what not Spaceship Earth, the space ride, Mission Space at Epcot has. Where it's just like 2 buttons, and if you don't press it, it happens anyways.
Well, I mean, the cockpit has buttons all over it, but they don't do anything.
Right. And every once in a while, a few of the buttons are like, push this now, and it'll light up. And if you don't push it, it'll be like, overriding, and it does it anyways.
Right.
But they're saying there will be around 200 controls in the cockpit that will require timing, reflexes, and teamwork to have a successful mission in the world of Star Wars.
Pretty crazy.
So what you were saying before the show is it kind of sounds like a spaceship
Escape room. That's what it sounds like.
And when you were saying that, because of how big the cockpit looks, especially in like the screenshots that have come out of the cockpit and the 4 seats, like I wonder if you can just get up and like move around the cabin.
Do you think it'll be, like Star Tours is, where the floor is moving and rumbling and stuff?
Yeah.
Like you'll have to strap in?
Probably. You probably aren't going to be, for liability reasons, I'm sure you can't get up and move around.
Yeah.
You just have to have access to all of these buttons.
Yeah.
But for what they've been touting for the ride being as interactive and as unlimited outcomes as it is, that is a lot of control to put the trust into random groups of people to work together, which from the articles that have come out before of the difficulty they've had with that, now it makes total sense. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To trust wide-eyed tourists to take care of.
White-eyed or wide? Wide tourists.
That's also accurate for Disney World.
Okay.
No, that is a lot going on.
I wonder what the significance of all that is. Like, how does that? Is it really like a sequence kind of thing, or is it?
Is it truly random?
How do you light up or make it obvious which controls need to be pushed and when? And
yeah, because if you've seen the Falcon, it's just like a plane cockpit. There's like hardly any labels on half the buttons.
Right.
There's just like a wall of buttons, and you just got to know what they do. There's a manual. Before you can ride the ride, you have to have like a 2-hour test. There's like a class you have to take, and there's a test you have to pass, and then you can ride the ride. So the wait times are going to be
that way it would be
horrible.
a real flight sim then.
Yeah, no, it's actually a flight school where you fully learn.
Can you imagine how great that would be?
A 2-year Millennium Falcon flight school.
Well, not 2 years, but
it's
like a week.
It's like a 2-year degree in Millennium Falcon flight.
Can you imagine how great that would be?
To have a flight school,
like
for
an
the Falcon?
intensive, advanced Millennium Falcon course. Like, let's say for a weekend, you go into Disney for a weekend, and you take this course, and
you enter the academy,
and then the end is an actual, like what the ride was supposed to be originally,
like the hardcore, like the hard version, mode.
Yeah, yeah. They turned all the bumpers off, basically all the software bumpers, and you get to fly the Falcon based off of all your training.
I mean, yeah, I would pay for that. Obviously,
I would too.
Would everyone I know think I'm an insane person? Yes, definitely. But yeah, 200 is just a lot, and I wonder how. Like you said, like making it obvious or being interactive, like what that would even look like because of how, I don't know, just how much that is to take care of and ride.
I think it would cheapen it if it was a kind of like Mission Space again, where if it was a voiceover kind of a thing that was giving you instructions on what to do and when to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could also see, because
I can't imagine another way for that to happen.
Because it has to be a story within this, within Batu and the world that you're in. Obviously, we shouldn't be the ones flying the Falcon at all. Like, we have no place to be there. So there's going to be a reason for us to be doing the Smugglers Run with the Falcon, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe we shouldn't even be the ones that are currently flying the Falcon. So someone's like trying to. It's like a Apollo 13, like over, like, okay, you have to find this thing that looks like this, and you got to push this button. Now,
maybe
you have to find both of them and push them at the exact same time. If you don't, you know. So I wonder if there's going to be like instructions like that. We're like, all right, it's going to be on the right hand side is like this white button. No, wait, it's orange. Don't, like trying to. Or I think that could be interesting. Like Hondo maybe is, the one talking to you.
That would be interesting.
And Hondo just being an asshole constantly is not giving you very thorough instructions as to what you're supposed to be doing.
I wonder if whoever is the main pilot for the Falcon is like in the gunner's turret or
maybe
in the engine room trying to fix something or, something like on the ship somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense.
I don't know. Yeah.
I want to ride that.
This
Let's-
this other ride.
Let's go.
Right now.
Yeah, the other ride, the
Rise of the
super
Resistance?
fantastic stormtrooper.
A battle, fantastic action attack ride.
Yeah, the Rise of the Resistance, as it's now called.
There's something about animatronic stormtroopers that doesn't. It just doesn't sound right. I don't know.
Yeah,
Audio animatronic. So
animatronic.
this article.
It just makes me think of like the Hall of Presidents when I was like 5. When I hear
Yeah.
audio animatronic, I think of like, hello and welcome to the Hall of Presidents. I am Abraham Lincoln. Like that's just what it makes me think of.
Why is the audio also robotic?
Even though it's a recording,
Yeah.
they had it's all the audio is animatronic. Everything is robots.
There are gears making the sounds.
Yeah, it's like a wind-up music box.
All I can think of is, have you ever seen an animatronic without the skin and everything on it, where it's just like it's just a metal shell?
Yeah, it's just like
terrifying.
it's just a metal shell with like a jaw.
With no eyes or anything. They're like that, but just with the stormtrooper helmet, just jangling around on top of the head. That's all I can think of.
As they're talking, and let's just the helmet's like spinning around.
It's not even facing the right way. Just jiggling around and rattling.
Watch out, they're gonna shoot, and they're like waving their guns in the air.
The helmet's
Nothing's aiming at anything. As they're just wobbling. And it's not even the full stormtrooper. Like
okay.
it's just like a pole with like a torso of a stormtrooper on it. Just like moving around, and you see the pole moving around.
Yeah, so remember the mummy ride at Universal?
Yes.
Where the very beginning of the ride where the guy comes out of the coffin and he's all wrapped up.
Yeah.
And then the mummy pops out and silence, fool.
Yeah, and he's
Remember
like
that
covered
part?
in really bad old rubber.
Yeah, old
that,
rubber
that moves
bandages.
wrong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of doing one of these.
Yeah.
Forfeit your soul. And then he just kind of
just everything's
jerks
jiggling
around.
while he's just karate chopping the air.
real stiff arm movement.
Yeah.
Like it's just that with a stormtrooper helmet on top. There's like 50 of these guys going all around.
But yes, it is supposed to be 50 audio animatronic stormtroopers, and then you eventually face off against Kylo Ren with an experience that is said to be unlike anything anyone has ever seen.
Well, no one's ever seen this, so
Well,
you could say that about anything. It could be anything.
it's like, you know, your child draws you a picture. Get ready for an experience unlike anything you've ever seen. Of course I've not seen it. I've never seen this thing you've drawn me.
It's a tiger with no skin and
Oh god.
legs attached to his head.
I mean, 50 animatronic anythings in a ride is pretty
Small world.
it's pretty balls. Do most of those count as animatronic when they're just like on a seesaw going up and down or just sitting on a thing that's spinning?
It's just a gear things that spin inside and move the arms
Yeah.
up and down. Does that
Basically.
count as an animatronic?
No.
Okay. That's not what these are?
No, these are sentient.
These are real. These are real.
They couldn't pay actual actors, so they made actual AI robots.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all highly advanced. and
It's
going
hard
be
for me to
amazing.
get my head around this. What the Star Destroyer is going to look like. Like, I mean, we've heard that it's supposed to be the biggest indoors attraction, one of the biggest.
Right.
Or I think the articles that I've seen, I think, said that it is the biggest indoor set.
Wasn't
for
it
an
like
attraction.
three? Was it 3 stories or 3 levels?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be huge, and you're inside of a Star Destroyer, and there's these stormtroopers everywhere. And what last we heard, you're going to be on and off the ride because it's like mixed media.
Yeah. Mixed me.
Not the right term. Mixed
There's
entertainment.
painting and sculpture.
Yeah. Quick, the stormtroopers are coming. Here's a block of marble. Quick, carve a disguise.
Marvel.
The lines for these rides are going to be so long because you're waiting on some guy to carve a disguise out of marble.
Imagine a situation in a ride like that where someone's like, quick, do this thing. And they open a door and it's just like an art class and it's set up that way. And there's booths and
hurry,
everything.
quick, get an A.
There's like
it's an art class and there's like a nude model and you have to run up to a canvas and start trying to paint.
But it's not, I mean, they're like rushing you, but you have to do a good job. You have to do a painting and it takes a couple hours.
Right. And everyone in there is doing that as well.
Yeah.
So there's like one guy who's been there for like 20 hours trying to get an A to finish the ride to go home and see his family.
You can't leave until
you're not
until you pass the class.
You have to sign a waiver before you get on.
It's like a pottery wheel. Quick!
Oh no,
make
they're
a
coming!
bowl.
Quick, reenact that scene from Ghost.
Use me. I volunteer.
I'll be the ghost.
Your arms go here. Hold me tighter.
I don't feel the sexual tension. Hurry, quick, they're coming.
It's just
it just keeps
on a
urging
loop.
You. Yeah. Basically.
Hurry, quick, they're coming. Hurry, quick, they're coming. Hurry, quick, I'm coming. They're coming. Whoops.
I think we've just invented the best theme park ever. You're just forcing people into menial tasks. Oh no, they're going to get us. Quick, wallpaper this bedroom. Wallpaper this bedroom.
I was just going to say. Quick, take this drywall and put it up.
It's just they're having you build the theme park through the ride. Yeah. You're doing all the maintenance.
Quick,
for the theme park.
My sink has a leak here. What do I do?
Oh no, the first order. Quick, take this dustpan. Return with 100 cigarette butts. Quick, they're coming.
Hurry.
Here, put on this disguise. And it's just the maintenance worker disguise for Disney.
Here's the extra trash bags.
It's just a recruitment program.
At the end, you're just working for Disney.
Yeah, at the end, you get a paycheck and your time and your schedule.
Trash can number 4 is full. Quick, they're coming.
The resistance can't stand for this. We fight for freedom. Quick.
There's throw up in zone 3.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
hopefully it's like that.
I hope it's exactly that, right? Oh. Speaking of things that fell apart.
Kevin Smith. No.
No, he was put back together, that guy.
Oh, that's true.
No, so that Chuck Wendig Vader series was a Shadow of Vader.
Mm-hmm.
That was wiped off the face of the earth with his abrupt firing. Marvel has announced a new Vader mini series titled Darth Vader Dark Visions. And the synopsis for it sounds almost exactly like the series that Chuck Wendig was making.
I wonder why they had to change the title. I mean, would he have any kind of...
And so that's what people are questioning now, is because the synopsis is still like, stories from various people throughout the Vader's reign. It's the same thing that they were already doing. So some people are still wondering, because I think 3 issues had already been completed of Chuck's thing. And they own that, right?
Yeah.
So
can they?
People are they going to reuse anything that was already done, or if it's just a completely reworked?
Well, I mean,
series?
what's the point of his firing? Was it to? Because
there wasn't an actual point. That's the problem.
Well, we know that, but
yeah,
I mean, for them, are they trying to just scrap all of his work to say that he did not contribute at all
Yeah,
to
I
this
don't-
project, or is it just to be able to say that he doesn't work for Marvel anymore? Like, what's the point here?
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it looks, I guess, I don't know. I don't like the cover they gave. It's very,
I don't know if I saw the full cover.
it's very like DC to me.
What?
It's like Vader on a horse with a shield. Makes me think of like, I don't know, like a Dark Knight comic book.
What?
Look it up.
I
It's-
am.
It's no faster.
I can only type.
Quick,
with one
they're
hand.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
like on a.
That's not a horse, you
Well,
dingus.
it's a space horse.
Yeah, it's a space.
it's
horse.
a sporse.
What horse has horns? And then two-headed birds.
a
Oh
deer.
no, this must be
Right.
space.
So it's Vader on some kind of space horse with a shield with the Imperial's insignia on it, and
This
his,
actually reminds me
and
more
his
of.
lightsaber out.
This reminds me more of old Star Wars comics, where they were just ridiculous before.
Yeah, maybe.
Before even like Empire Strikes Back came out.
Just I don't know. Just that image makes me think of like a bad, spin-off Batman comic book.
I guess. Writer Dennis Hopeless.
It's not a great name for your writer.
Your series is hopeless.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's basically the same. They're just gonna make the same thing. It's just gonna come out a little bit later than anticipated.
Huh.
With a new writer, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a idea they really wanted to pursue, even though they were almost done with it and just couldn't handle that the guy had tweets they disagreed with.
So do you really think it's the same story and everything, or are they rewriting this?
They're like the same ideas, just rewritten by a new writer.
Yeah.
We won't know until it comes out because I'm sure Chuck or somebody else will say something if
Yeah.
it is.
Huh.
That'd be interesting.
No, I doubt Chuck would get involved in that anymore.
Maybe not.
If you were fired from a project unjustly, would you go and then check up on your successors?
But he's still a fan, so I don't know. He may not. I don't know if he'll. I don't know because it's Marvel and they did him wrong. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I hope we get an announcement of him writing a new book or something
Yeah.
soon because he deserves it.
Some new project from him that he's
Yeah.
allowed to finish.
Right. Speaking of new books, the best news to come out of Star Wars recently is Thrawn Treason, the third Thrawn book, which sounds fantastic.
Fantastic.
So this was I saw the announcement on Twitter coming from the Del Rey Twitter account and all that. And there were so many people replying to it about like, I'm gonna pass. I didn't care for the Thrawn books this time.
What's wrong with you?
People were saying, I understand stuff's not for you, just like Rebels isn't for me. They're good books. Like I legitimately, because I've not really, that was the first time I'd seen like, I didn't like these books about the Thrawn books, right? I've
Yeah.
only heard good things about them.
Right.
So I am very interested to hear from anyone that has read the Thrawn books that didn't like them and why. Just because I'm very curious because I haven't actually heard that criticism of it.
Yeah.
And if you have a legitimate criticism of why it's not good, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the third one is so in the second one, and the Thrawn had, of course, the TIE Defenders that he had been working on, which feature heavily in the book. And so apparently his TIE Defender program has been kind of picked up more traction since then, but it's been halted in favor of Director Krennic's secret Death Star project.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes that the balance of the power in the Empire is measured by more than just military acumen or tactical efficiency. Even the greatest intellect can hardly compete with the power to annihilate entire planets. As Thrawn works to secure his place in the Imperial hierarchy, his former protege, Eli Vanto, returns with a dire warning about Thrawn's homeworld. Thrawn's mastery of strategy must guide him through an impossible choice: duty to the Chiss Ascendancy, or fealty to the Empire he has sworn to serve, even if the right choice means committing treason.
Interesting.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Especially with the last book where it was going with the whole Chiss stuff.
Did
Because
Eli
there's-
go off with? I can't remember now. Did Eli
Yeah.
go off with
So in the first book, Thrawn basically got Eli a job with the Chiss Ascendancy. Like he sent him off to assist to help the Chiss.
That's right. Okay.
So
I couldn't remember if he went off with a contingent of Imperials off to the Chiss.
No, it was like I think it was
just the
just
Chiss,
Eli.
right?
Because basically Thrawn had groomed him to be as good as he was, and then sent him off to the Chiss. And of course, from the last book, we see how there's definitely trouble brewing in the Chiss since they were involved with the Grisks.
Right.
So I think we're gonna keep getting into that, what's going on with the Chiss and how it affects the Empire and who Thrawn's going to serve. And I'm glad this was announced so soon after the second one.
Yeah.
Because I will take all the Thrawn books. Even
the second book mentioned this, how the Death Star project was starting to take over, or become more of a priority,
Right.
And how there was already a disagreement that the Emperor knew about between Thrawn and the Emperor, where Thrawn thought his TIE Defender project was more important and more strategically valuable to the Empire than the Death Star project, or how that was gaining more traction.
Right. But as the synopsis lets on, he's finding out it's not all about strategy; it's just about fear mongering and bigness,
which is the Emperor's whole deal.
Right.
Less, and she's less, especially with Vader around. I mean, that's definitely Vader's.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the last episode where everything with Vader is just a show of force.
Right.
Just make a big show of force and strength and scare everyone into, bowing to you.
Right.
So
just go waltzing into any situation and don't look back.
Yeah, pretty much. Whereas Thrawn wants these TIE defenders that are super strategic and really powerful ships, especially in number.
Yeah.
But that's not. They don't care about that. They just want to scare everyone until they give up, basically.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It comes out in. Actually, I don't think a release date was announced, was it?
I don't think it was. I couldn't find one when I was looking it up.
But it's probably safe to assume next year, summer, maybe fall, something like that.
I would assume something like that. Yeah, see if you can find something. While you look that up, there's been a showrunner announced for the Cassian Andor show. The producer of The Americans, Stephen Schiff.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched The Americans. I have heard it's very good, but he's had 2 Best Drama Emmy nominations during his work on The Americans, and it just wrapped up after 6 seasons this past May. So he'll be coming on to Cassian Andor, and his screenwriting credits for movies included the 2017 movie American Assassin and the 2010 movie Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. So
interesting.
I've heard good things about the TV show. I haven't seen either of those movies or know much about them.
Yeah,
but
we talked about this a little bit last time. It's a cool world,
and to give him some backing on that too. The Americans, if you don't know what that is, it's a 1980s spy series. So
right,
so we're getting a spy series with Star Wars, and they're bringing this guy who's been working on that for 6 seasons.
Yeah,
to work on this, which is good.
It's pretty cool. Thrawn Treason's supposed to be out summer of 2019, so that's about when.
That's not too far. That's not too long.
Yeah, that's about when the last one came out.
So he basically finished the second Thrawn book and just went right into the third one.
I would imagine, yeah.
And he said he has multiple more stories to tell, as long as they let him keep doing it.
I wonder if he was talking about this book or.
Well, with the way he built up basically the stuff with the Chiss, with him building up the stuff with the Chiss in the second book, I would have thought it was already probably planned to make the third one, right?
Yeah,
because
he left it kind of open.
Yeah, but he's in interviews with him before, he says he does that on purpose to be able to continue working on it. Like he was, I can't remember what it was. It was an interview where he was saying like, yeah, I always write in these open ended, like these open things, and like
Job security
through lines, basically
For
as job
himself.
security, so I
Yeah.
can keep working on Star Wars and keep writing Thrawn,
Wow.
which is brilliant. But yeah, as long as he has a story to tell, as long as he feels there is something to write about Thrawn, I just give him carte blanche. Just let him go.
That's very generous of you.
I permit you to continue these novels. You have my blessing. I mean, there's some of the best books. I see no reason right not to.
If you had to compare Thrawn to Phasma or Tarkin, I'm trying to think of another.
Bloodline.
Yeah, Bloodlines was really good.
I would say Thrawn is as
I would. Well, okay. I was gonna say I would say Aftermath probably wouldn't be included in that, but I haven't finished it, so I don't know.
you're saying just like as like good.
As like the
Well, Aftermath has a totally different
the standard for Star Wars books now. I
like the
would
new
say.
ones.
Yeah.
I would honestly say if you don't know anything about Thrawn, then Bloodlines.
Yeah.
So if you never read the original Thrawn trilogy or the Hand of what was it, the Hand of what was the other books that came out after that had Thrawn in them with Mara Jade? I forget. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, if you never read any of the original books and you're like, all right, what's the first new canon Star Wars book to read? I would say Bloodlines. If you read the EU and you like, oh yeah, the Thrawn's trilogy was amazing, and I was like, all right, yeah, get into the Thrawn books.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thrawn is very different. It's definitely a very, maybe it's an acquired taste. Maybe that's why there are people that don't like it. Because it is very, I don't know, it's very internal. I don't know if that makes sense. But whereas I think Bloodlines is very much more like popcorn, mystery, spy, drama. Like it's very much more. I don't know. It's more.
Are you talking like it's a more
maybe more
it's
accessible?
a more?
I don't know if that's the right.
You
thing.
think so? Like it's a more what's the word?
Because it's Leia and it's like someone you've like got this connection
more
with.
accessible. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's more accessible. You've got Leia. You've connected with Leia.
Yeah,
you've
it's more
seen
of
the
a
movies. You know,
more
like,
of a core story,
right?
Or core to the new story, the new canon.
Yeah. So if you want to like if someone wants to focus on, I don't know, like I've never read a Star Wars book and I love the new movie. What should I read? Because I've never read a Star Wars book before. I would say Bloodlines.
Yeah.
But
probably.
if you're pissy about
honestly,
the EU being gone, then don't read anything. But
I would say if you're coming from that place, maybe read Aftermath.
But it's not as core. I don't know.
I guess.
I feel like Bloodlines continues the story of what you like with the movies.
Yeah.
Whereas like, all right, now if you want to know the secrets, read the Thrawn books.
Yeah.
Like here's what's really happening. Like here's the behind the scenes. Like I don't know. Because it is definitely that, I don't know, that to me with the Thrawn books, it's like all this background and stuff that took place.
Yeah.
Whereas the Bloodline book to me, like 100% could have been a television show that I would have watched that would have just like continued the Star Wars story, like filling in the spaces between movies type of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're both very good, but
I mean, there was so to go back to what you were trying to figure out, there was the Hand of Thrawn.
That's it.
Series, and that's where Luke and Mara Jade proposed, or Luke proposes to Mara Jade.
Yeah.
They eventually get married in a
was that 2 books?
Michael Stackpole novel. Yeah, 2 books.
Yeah, because there's a
and then they have Ben
to the 2,
and then they have Ben in the new Jedi Order series where it's like the young Jedi.
Yeah,
that goes more into like Jason and
Jaina.
Yep.
Jason was an asshole.
Jason was the one that went to the dark side of the Force, right? Yeah.
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 He's basically the Kylo Ren of that whole situation.
Well, it's like they took all those people in
They took all the ideas,
the Young Jedi or the New Jedi series, and kind of combined them into one person.
Some of it, yeah.
Into Kylo.
It is interesting, like if you ever followed any of that, like how so many of those ideas have persisted, in one way or another.
Yeah,
it's just,
and people are complaining about
it's been simplified because it was so messy.
Yeah,
it was so all over the place that you couldn't keep track of. It's like trying to keep track of comic books now with like when there's like a big Marvel thing that's happening where like every comic book series has a couple issues or a few issues on it.
Spin-offs and crossovers.
And
all
team
this
ups.
Crazy
and
stuff.
There's like 75 issues, different comic book series that all have 1 or 2 issues about this one thing that's happening.
And they all reference each other, and there's prequels to events, and all this crazy stuff.
And you can't keep track of any of it.
Yeah.
But it would be like that if Marvel didn't oversee most of those books.
Now you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm saying like the EU was like that, but at least Marvel is overseeing all of them and keeps the through line.
Oh, yeah.
The EU was more like, we want you all to write all these books. Okay, do it. Just send them in when they're ready and we'll post them.
We'll post them.
Because it's just like the continuity was really hard to follow because it was kind of just a fan continuity of writers keeping up with what other writers were writing and then just spinning off from that and doing something else.
Yeah.
And then Chewie gets a moon dropped on his head and
yeah, right.
All that. But yeah, it is interesting how they've kept the important plot points, just consolidated them and made them make sense without having a few decades of
and fit into this bigger story that they have now. Yeah. Right.
Speaking of the bigger story, episode 9 is going to come out in forever from now.
A year.
We're a year away.
It's a year, yeah. Yep.
So Kevin Smith, notorious for going on set when J.J. Abrams is making a Star Wars film.
Kevin Smith, notorious for going on sets.
Whenever he feels like it. But no, he was, you remember him talking about when episode 7 came out, how he, got to go on the Falcon and how he cried. And he's always crying about everything. He's a very emotional guy.
He's always crying.
But yeah, the first thing what he says about episode 9, he said, I wept. I wept on set because I saw somebody give a career best performance. Somebody I've seen in these movies before. I rolled a tear. It was so darn powerful. Biggest set I've ever seen in my life. The dude, J.J. Abrams, the dude's not directing a movie. It's like he's directing a small country.
Yeah, that part must be insane. Just the sheer size and effort that it takes. To manage all. I mean, he's not doing it all himself, but he is pretty much the decision maker for a lot of this stuff.
Right. And I've heard the sets on this one are giant, but so the biggest thing with this is him. He's always crying, so forget that part. But he's somebody I've seen in these movies before. Gave a career best performance, which my first thought would be Mark Hamill.
That was mine too. So yeah, my thought was who would he say this about that he is invested in their career to where he would know that this is their career?
And he was on set when he saw this, so it wasn't like footage he saw of Carrie.
Yes. Right. And then, to say somebody I've seen in these movies before, it's very vague. Very, very vague on purpose.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Because obviously he can't talk about any of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so somebody that he would be so familiar with their career and somebody who could move him to the point of tears.
It would be Mark or Adam Driver.
I want to say Mark. It's got to be Mark. We know he's going to be back.
Yeah.
In some capacity. I don't know. We'll find out. I honestly thought that Mark's career best performance was in The Last Jedi. I think he was incredible in that movie.
Oh yeah.
He was great.
Definitely.
So I don't know if it is him, is it going to top his performance there in this movie, or is it somebody else? I can't think of who else Kevin Smith would be so invested in.
I'm just obviously Mark is like totally silent on it. It has to be totally silent on any of this. But as bitchy as he got with The Last Jedi,
I mean, it's not Billy D. Williams, right?
That would be
Do you
pretty
think
funny.
Billy D. Williams is moving him to tears?
It was Lobot.
Do you think Lobot? Have we talked about this? Do you think Lobot's going to come back?
He had to have fallen apart by now, right?
He's a cyborg. He's not a robot.
Half and half.
If Billy D. Williams is still alive, the person who houses Lobot is going to still be alive.
I
Right?
guess. It's possible. Do we want to see an old...
Is Lobot the...
Wasn't Lobot already kind of old?
Is
Or did
Lobot
he
the
just look
reverse
kind of
visor on his head? Or is Lobot the man?
It's the age-old question.
It's the question everyone asks.
Who's the Lobot?
Is Lobot man or machine?
But no, I mean, was Lobot already old? Or was it just because he was bald that I thought he was old when I was a kid?
He looked to be the same age as Billy D. Williams.
In his what? How old was Billy D? In
40s, probably, right?
40, I would maybe.
I mean, this was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, his 40s. He'd had to be in his 40s.
Yeah, I think he's in his 70s now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to see an old Lobot. I don't want that.
You think he has hair now?
Yes, he has a toupee.
A really bad, insecure one.
Yeah. And it's not like a little. It's not like just. It's not even. It's like flat bangs, like a bob.
like what's his name in No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
Like that haircut. Javier Bardem's haircut.
It's like the Three Stooges Mo haircut.
Yeah, right.
Just this weird flat bang like bowl.
Is the hair? Do you think the hair's over top of the cyborg
Yeah, it's like sticking
apparatus?
straight out on the sides and the back because it's hitting the visor. Yeah, that would be interesting if Lobot was in it and still
Yeah, I don't
palling
know.
around with Lando.
I mean, if he is in it, they can't have gotten the same actor.
Is
Right?
he still alive?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's an interesting question. But no, yeah, I assume it is Mark Hamill giving that performance.
Yeah.
But as much as I shit on
Oh no. So John
Oh.
Hollis
Is he
played
dead?
Lobot. He died in 2005.
shit.
A British actor of TV and film.
Ugh.
He was in Superman and Superman 2 as an
Really?
Elder of Krypton.
Yeah, he was
And in Superman 4
77.
as a Russian general. He was in another Superman movie, but as a different character. Okay. There's Superman
And that's how the
movies for you.
Superman movies work.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's 77. How old is Billy D now? He is 81. Billy D is 81.
Oh my gosh.
So they're about the same age. He was younger, actually.
How old is Mark? In his 60s?
I think so.
He's not in his 70s yet, right?
No. But so what I was saying is, as much as I shit on the character of Kylo Ren,
67.
Adam Driver.
67 years old. Jeez.
Yeah. So as much as I we make fun of Kylo Ren, Adam Driver is a fantastic actor. Where I could see him, if it's not Mark Hamill, I could see it being my next choice would be Adam Driver.
Maybe.
Because he is a fantastic actor, which is why
yeah.
which is why you hate Kylo Ren so much, is because he's acting him as well as he is.
And we got a taste of that in Last Jedi, of him finally being vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know? And it was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, his performance in Last Jedi, just everything was really good. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be my second choice, Adam Driver. Yep. So one more year until that comes
A
out.
whole year.
But so word is from
The word is
the word bird is the word. Who was it? I forget now. It was a movie website. I can't remember who it was. I should have written this down.
IMDb.
Sure.
Said.
Word is that we're going to get footage of 9 before the year ends.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I assume
I saw the same
a
thing.
teaser of some sort.
It
Was it Cinema
like,
Blend? I want to say Cinema something.
I don't know. Cinema Blend. That's a website.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll say they said it.
But yeah, so
no one's coming here for attribution.
Nope.
Sources.
Yeah, so it's supposed that we're going to get episode 9 footage before the end of the year, which I would assume would be just some small
footage.
I assume it'd be a small teaser, like a small 15-20 second teaser, right?
You think so?
Like just one of those small little doodads.
What was the first teaser we got for Force Awakens? Was it the Falcon?
Was it the Falcon, or it wasn't the one with Finn with the lightsaber? Was it that like Instagram 7-second of him igniting the lightsaber?
No, I'm pretty sure that came after the Falcon thing. Do you remember that? It's the Falcon flying around Jakku.
Yeah,
that was the first footage we got, right?
I think so.
I'd have to go back and look that up again. But do you think it'd be something like that? Just really short?
Yeah,
just one tiny little thing.
This early, I'd assume so.
It's just Snoke alive.
It's just his top half, like walking on his arm stumps, like a
zombie,
like a gorilla thing, some kind of monkey creature. So he doesn't have hands, so it's just his arm stumps that he's hopping around on.
That's true. He doesn't have hands. That's right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd say we'll definitely have a title soon.
And I assume they do this because we usually have a Christmas Star Wars, and we're not having a Christmas Star Wars, right?
Maybe.
So I assume they're going to give just
they
something.
They got to keep that hype up,
right? Because we're not going to have something for a while.
So, what if they called it Star Wars Endgame?
Oh no, they stole our title. Star Wars Games End.
What was that stupid Harrison Ford sci-fi movie that came out recently?
Ender's Game?
Ender's Game, yeah.
It's all the same words.
Right.
Star Wars Gaming the End.
Do you think they'll release the title and some footage at the same time, or just the title? Or just the footage with no title? You can't have footage with no title.
I don't know.
Right?
It could just say episode 9 coming.
The new Star Wars.
Coming December, blah, blah, blah. That would, if I didn't even think about that, if we're going to get footage, are we going to get a title?
We have to get a title. I mean, we've always gotten, for the last 2, we've gotten the title before any footage has come out. Right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I would say title before footage.
Interesting. Okay.
But we'll see.
Now I'm excited. I was like, footage, it'll be a tiny teaser. But if we get a title, that's a big deal. Now I'm conflicted.
Something for us to pick apart.
Yeah.
Three
what does
words.
It mean? The Last Jedi?
Who's the last?
Is it me? Am I it? All right.
Oh, what did we say when that first came out? Oh, it's Luke.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately.
Well, there was the 2 takes on it. There was the one, and I think it's still, I still.
The Last Jedi plural or the Last Jedi singular.
Right. There's that, but also like Rey being the last Jedi because she was the last one that was thrown around.
Well,
being the last of the Jedi. That whole thing.
Well, it was wrong.
All of it was.
It was wrong.
Wrong. Right. Wrong.
Well, you were right.
Who cares?
We're always right.
Sure. Lobot's coming back with a wig. Confirmed, because we're always
it's
right.
all wiry like Michael Myers' hair.
Yeah.
Just stick it out everywhere.
Oh. All right. Well, if you like the show, you can find us on Twitter at hokey_religion.
If you don't like the show,
you can find us on Facebook.
You can Instagram. Go to Instagram.
Yeah. And we have an Instagram that we haven't used far enough.
In 4 months.
Yep. If you really like the show, you can reach out to us at asklobot@hokeyreligion.com. And you can also, if you really, really like the show, which who does, go to patreon.com/hokeyreligion and forward us money. Just, that's it.
From your Nana's bank account.
Yep. Find Nana's credit card. Give us those numbers. No, for as little as $2.50.
Don't just give us money.
Yeah.
Give us the numbers.
You should give us access to the money. We'll take it as we need it.
In fact, just give us Nana's phone number.
Yeah, we'll deal with
take it
Nana
from
directly.
there.
We don't need a middleman. Thanks. For as little as $2.50, we'll send you a sticker, which you're basically just buying a sticker from us. It's not really contributing to us at all.
For as
But
little
you
as $5, we'll take your Nana on a date.
And get those numbers, both credit card and telephone numbers. Maybe we'll see Nana again.
And the
Maybe we're your
measurements.
new Nana's boyfriend. Who's to say?
Maybe we're your new Pop Pop. We'll find out.
Find out on a later episode. Oh.
Are you my Pop Pop?
Is that another new show idea?
It's a game show. It's
You
our
have to
game show.
question 3 old men.
Are you my Pop Pop?
It's like Newlywed Game, but you have to question these old men about
Yeah.
things about your life to see if they know anything about
They
it.
could be your new Pop Pop.
Oh, some weird ideas coming out of this episode.
How many pairs of loafers do you own? Pop Pop number 1.
You can find us on iTunes, where they allow you to give stars and ratings. Please do that, because no one has in a while. So if you're a listener that hasn't left a review and or rating, please
And
do
we're
it.
desperate.
We're desperate for your numbers. Also Nana's numbers. Don't forget Nana's numbers.
That is numbers.
Watch out, they're coming. For some reason, it's very funny.
Quick, they're coming.
Quick, we need Nana's numbers.
What
They're
are those
coming.
digits?
Hook a brother up. They're coming. Quick, what's your favorite restaurant? They're coming. All right, I think.
Quick, what's her address? Is 7 p.m. okay? Quick, they're coming.
Oh, gonna beat that joke into the ground.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this has been episode 86 of Poke
Something or
Religion.
other.
This is Tyler.
This is Michael.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Poke religions and ancient weapons. Poke religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster, True Sight.